Guess we're live, and I'll just wait for some of you guys to come in. Don't worry about the noise in the background. That's just my son doing some of the schoolwork on virtual. So don't let that bother you. That, or I can put it on mute until you guys until we get some people in here. That's probably what I'll just do until we get people in here. Hey Nick, how are you doing? Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Yeah, I thought the song was pretty hip. Mm, I've been good myself. Just working lately. The most important thing is to believe in yourself. I mean, if you can believe in yourself, then you can follow your dreams, and hey, that may lead to professionalism one day. You never know. Hi, gamer. How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, if you play them and put them in a video, then who knows? I mean, you may get more. You may get more views on them. You just gotta follow your dreams. If I have the chance and if I'm not working, then yeah, I'll attend one of your concerts. I'll be like, I knew this guy before he became big. Hi, gamer. How are you doing? That's good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, gamer. Yeah. Oh, that's true. I mean, you never know. I mean, there's so many scams these days. You can never tell who's being real and who's being fake. Yeah, that's true, gamer. Trust your gut, Nick. You know, do what you feel is right. Well, thank you, Nick. That really means a lot. You're just a fan here on YouTube. You don't make like any that's yeah, that's true, gamer. But so you're just like a fan here on YouTube. You're not going to make like any videos for your channel. Well, even if you're just a fan, it always helps to have fans on here. I did try to. Well, I knew that the deadline was coming up for the new Discord rules that you had to change your name. So, yeah, I changed my name, and I might try to join in. I'm not sure though. A lot of my friends that used to join Discord are no longer join it. But yeah, I mean, I've still got Discord on my phone, so yeah, I'll pop in from time to time and see what's and see what's new on there. Yeah, because I mean, Discord will still have some stuff there. It's just for who I've used to join Discord with and everything. It's kind of like they're just not there anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm not sure who's all who's where. I mean, you would think that would at least for Friday night that they'd come here that they'd be here at least for Friday night. But who knows? I mean, give them a few minutes and maybe they'll come and maybe they'll be here. Yep, got work tonight from 9 o'clock to 1 a.m. That's how I usually have it, 9 to 1. Yeah, I know. Yeah, a normal workday is usually 8 hours, but when if you work the overnight shift like I did, yeah, yeah. Apparently he's still cutting everybody's hours, but I think a lot of people, a lo- I've heard a lot. I've heard of quite a few people have quit and everything because they won't give them full hours. They're going to try to find another job that will actually give them full hours. I mean, I mean, I think I'm getting the shaft and everything because it used to be 8 hours, and then when they took away the overnight shift, they cut me down to 5 hours, 5 nights a week, and then they cut me down to 4 hours, and now they cut me out, and then they cut me out Sunday nights. But if they need me on Sunday, they can always call me though. I just thought it was kind of cheap that he would cut me out Sunday too. I remember talking to the manager about that, and he said that that was only because he had too many people on closing. I don't I don't know. I mean there are jobs where you don't have to handle money to anybody. But I will just say that I've had jobs where, I mean, or paychecks where they're close to, they're around $600 or $700, and now with them cutting my hours, it's almost basically in half. It's been like 675, 700 when I worked 8 hours a night, and then when I work 4 hours for 5 nights a week, it only comes for every 2 weeks. It only comes out to about $400. Hi, Eliza Gill. How are you doing? That's good. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. Yeah, when I asked him about my hours at first, I mean, he said, this is it's all he could afford and everything, and that's why I have the little hours that I do. And then the next time he tells me he's got too many people on closing. Oh, housekeeper. Well, I am a maintenance man. It's where I break down boxes, take out trash. Let's see, wipe down the tables in the lobby, sweep and mop the lobby and the bathrooms. But since they only have me doing it, 4 hours and everything, I think the person in charge of the kitchen or kitchen manager wants me to finish it as quick as I can. No, I never really had any problems with coworkers. I have not. But the person that is a kitchen manager, that has me do those things sometimes. She's she's gotten under my skin a couple times. In fact, she got under my skin last night. But I just kind of like I just thought I will, but I just I kept my mouth. I mean, I said something about it to one of the other people. Besides that, you know, kept my mouth shut, cooled down. And since I had cooled down and everything, and since she was fine, actually being nice at that one point and everything, I cooled down and I thought, okay, so at least she's being nice now. I think the kitchen manager would say, she's only strict when she has to be. Yeah, we've got different managers, and she's one of the night managers sometimes, and sometimes she's in charge. But I mean, but besides that, my coworkers, but besides that, the other coworkers, even if they're managers in training, they're they're a people person. You know, they can be very easy to work with. I know because I would. I mean, because I feel like sometimes when that manager coworker, well, she's also a coworker, but I mean also a manager. Sometimes she's hard to deal with, but I really think she's the only person I really have a problem with. Everyone else seems like very friendly as well. And the problem is that when I go there on when I start my work week on Wednesdays, she's usually supposed to have the day off, but she usually comes in anyway. So it's like I've got to be careful that because I'll have to be working with her all 5 nights that week. What I don't understand is if the manager cut me on Sunday too, then who I mean, what are they going to do for maintenance and everything? Because the other maintenance man, I mean, he doesn't work on Sundays, so I don't know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that because I remember one of my coworkers that was on morning shift. They told me that that's the one the general manager works on and manages the store. I heard one employee talked back to the general manager, and the general manager fired him. I even said, why would you talk back to the general manager? I mean, that's kind of a stupid move to make. I mean, your job's going to be more at risk. I mean, your job's going to be more at risk even if you talk back. I mean, especially if you talk back to the not just one of the managers, but the general manager. That's one of the firings I've heard about. I also heard a firing to where one of the employees, I don't know who it was. I don't even know if it was before I was work. It must have been before I was working. I don't know, but I heard someone, in back on first shift, was went in the back, where the racks are to be taking a nap. The general manager caught him taking a nap, and when he woke up, he fired him. Well, one of my friends that was working to become a manager and actually is one now, told them about it and everything, and they're just like, and they're like, well, during first shift, why don't you just go and talk to the general manager about it? Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, you try to deal with your managers, and you can deal with them until they get. I mean, until they get under your skin, and that's when you can't take it anymore, and you just feel like blowing up at them. But you don't and everything, so because of the sake of your job, and if you do, it can affect your job big time. I'm thinking, well, I've always been thinking about, just because the manager at nights is disrespectful, that yeah, I've been thinking about getting a second job, or better yet, if I can find a job that provides more hours, I can quit this job that doesn't care about providing hours anymore. I remember I remember this. Well, she doesn't. Well, apparently she quit, but there was this one girl that said, her hours had changed and everything, that the general manager cut her hours. It like her hours went from like 42 hours a week to 24 hours a week. Yeah, because I used to be working 40 hours a week and everything. And first, when it was cut down to, then when it was cut down to 5 hours to 8 hours and 5 nights a week, my 40 hours a week was cut down to 25. And then when he cut it down to four, it's down to 20 hours a week. And then when he cut me Sunday night, my hours a week were down to 16. But I thought that might have backfired and everything, because they needed me on Sunday anyway. So at least I got about 3 of my 4 hours back, and then they needed me again on Monday to fill in for the maintenance man, because he took off Monday for his birthday. So I got about 4 extra hours. So I thought, that'll make up for when I have to. That would make up for me missing Sunday, and then, but it about evens out when I was only able to be there for 3 hours Wednesday night instead of the whole four, because labor was high, and when labor is high, they got to cut people. But I mean, I got to stay for about a little bit more than 3 hours, so it about evens out. And I said, if they need me Sunday, though, and they said, and the one I was talking about that said, that I said was getting under my skin. I mean, she's the one that tells me, she's like, if I need you Sunday, I'll call you Sunday, because I don't know anybody else that would be working the maintenance on Sunday. He's like, it's a small chance that I might call you, and if I get a phone call on Sunday afternoon or close to Sunday night, I know it'll be her. But I think I remember one of the managers saying that, or one of the people that just became managers. Well, one that became a manager and then just a regular coworker. I think they said they work on Monday, but the manager only but according to the schedule, they'll only work Monday from 7 to 10, and then they're done for the day. I I said, you think my 4 hours are bad? Then Talk about them only working 3 hours one night. I'm not exactly sure what time it is, gamer. Well, well, no. The shortest I've ever worked is 3 hours. When I worked, well, actually, when I wasn't on schedule, I only worked 2 hours once, but that was because they only needed me for 2 hours. And I was not even on schedule. Now, if you're talking about on schedule, then yeah, then 3 hours would be the shortest I've ever worked, due to and that would only be due to high maintenance, or due to high labor, I should say. Yeah, I went. Yeah, I went home early. I remember she needed me from 9 to 11 on Sunday, so that's when I went in. But I didn't get done till like 9 to 12, and then let's see, I came in at 9 o'clock Wednesday night, and then I kind of had to go home like about 3 hours early. So yeah, I went home early on Wednesday. But yeah, but works in about 3 hours. So I just and I usually get ready for it about an hour and a half early. So since I usually work 5 days a week, I usually look at it as like school days. I say like tonight. It would usually be I mean, like, it may be Friday today in reality, at my but tonight for me at work, it's my Wednesday. Wednesdays and Sundays have always been my hardest days to work. And how ironic that it's the first day of the work week and the last day of the work week. That's my hardest for me. Now this was last week. Kind of got scared and everything because I got to work and then I noticed that there was like an ambulance parked in front of our in in front of the workplace in front of right in front of McDonald's, my workplace. Thought someone might have had a heart attack or something, but no, it was just one. It was just an EMT worker getting some food. I thought when I saw that, I thought to myself, "Oh, so nothing's going on." I was like, "Whoa!" That scared me for a sec. I thought someone was having a heart attack or something. I'll explain. Hold on. Okay. I was just explaining to Len who was being disrespectful. Well. Okay, that's two of that was two of them now. Besides, my response would be no, I don't drink. Hmm. They haven't been here for a while, and now it looks like tonight they're here to attack. Yeah, if you hear a noise in the background, it's mainly just Landon, working on his lessons for school. Yeah, I bet that stuff is pretty nasty. I mean, I'm not gonna try. I mean, I am not gonna try that. I mean, I never would. I guess you can say on Friday nights these trolls are out to these trolls are full out on attack. I've always said that for the longest time I've been on YouTube, I've always been saying that as long as you have haters or as long as you have haters on YouTube, you must be doing something right. Okay, I had a feeling it was going to do that because it went down from it went down from 5 and then kept ticking down 4, 3, 2, 1, then 0, and then it finally clicked back up to 1. I feel I have at least 2 people in here. I feel YouTube. Yeah, there we go, 2. I was about to say I feel YouTube's trying to jip me on the watch time. Hold on one sec. Okay, he wants me to ask you what. Do you know what it means when they say a dry talker? Do you know what a dry talker means? Because I have no idea. I went and asked Lennon, and he's like, and like he said in the chat, he said they'll tell you. Ask them what it means. They'll tell you. Or maybe I actually, maybe I won't. Oh, I would think it would be a person who doesn't drink. Yeah, I've actually got my laptop here, so I will just I'll look up what dry talker means, or what is a dry talker? It says it refers to people who reply with one word or don't carry the conversations and things, and just say things like LMAO and WYD until the receiver wants to tear their hair out in frustration or boredom. Mm-hmm. If you want to see that where it says that, Eliza Gale, just I'll turn. Yeah, I'll turn it. I'll turn the camera over, and you can take a look. Well, I mean, sometimes I don't talk much because I mean, God, I mean, because some conversations, I mean, you can't do it without conversation. Gotta have conversations. Yeah, there there are I mean, there's it's kind of like, being a dry talker. It's like at work, you can, if they'll want you to multitask. Like if you want to talk, you can talk and everything, but sometimes they'll want you to, like, multitask, as in, like, talk and work at the same time. I would have figured some people would have shown up and everything for tonight and everything. I mean, I said Friday night's not so bad, but Saturday night's usually a toss up. And but it kind of feels like the crowd we have here for this Friday night and everything is just, it's more like a Saturday night. Yeah, I thought dry talker might have meant something like, you talk. You sound like you're talking when your mouth is dry or something. I was just kind of like, huh? But he explained it to me, so I understand what it means now. But I mean, hey, sometimes you can't help being a dry talker. I mean, especially when you run out of things to say. Wow, so this comment section's now really gotten dry. Yeah, this comment section's gotten dry really fast. Well, I mean, you want to talk about a dry talk, or how about having a dry conversation? Because according to what it said on Google, that's the stream's following exactly what the definition was according to Google, what a dry talker was. Well, we get to eat if we want to, but the problem is that when you're to get an 8 hour to get a lunch break, 8 hours, or what they call your meal break, a 30-minute meal break, you have to be working at least 5 hours a night. And since I'm only working 4 hours, I don't get that meal break that I always usually thought I did. Since I only work 4 hours, I get a 10-minute rest break, and that's all I get. I mean, the 10-minute rest break, I mean, I still get a 10-minute rest break. So, I mean, I might grab like a quick ice cream from the, uh, from the cold section, and just eat that for the rest of the, for my 10-minute break. But yeah, when I always was working more hours and had a meal break, yeah, I mean, I'd usually chow down on a lot of burgers. Now there were sometimes during meal break where I wouldn't get a burger. I might get the chicken or the fish sandwich instead. I remember I was talking with one of my friends earlier, and think they were saying that I don't I don't even know if Landon would be okay with it, but they said possibly going to the PS4 and start trying the games again. I don't know. I think more people like it this way when I just read out the card. Says it gives you a time limit on the game. Doesn't it? Won't give you. I don't give you a time limit here. Oh, one thing that we're said what I said here's one thing that we are yeah no well I mean the game in itself, it gives you a time limit, but when I give you guys a question here, it I you don't get a time limit. I just give you time to answer. I'm not. I said I think I do it this way because you guys are. It's like because it's not two fighting. It's not a team against another team. I consider you guys all one big team when you play. Now I didn't go so long last Monday because that was because they called me into work because the other maintenance worker wanted me to work for him because it was his birthday that day, and they say you can request your birthday off if you want to. I said I didn't have to request mine off and everything because I was already that was one of my off days anyway. Yeah, but I know next year when I have my birthday next year, it will be on a work week, and I'm wondering if I should take that one off. But then again, unless I find another job, it's a question if I'll be working there again, or if I'm still working there. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not going anywhere until I find another job. Until I find another job, I'm gonna be work. I'm gonna still be working at McDonald's. But if I find a better job with more hours and everything, then yeah, I might just put in my 2 weeks notice and then quit and then go to that other job. Because when you quit, you have to put in a 2 week notice at first. I think a lot of people have quit because they weren't giving them the fair hours that they wanted. Hold on. Hang on for a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Well, hello, hello.
I probably have it. No, I. What? So you did. Hmm, sorry about that. I, I had a feeling he might have tried to do that when I walked out for a sec. That's classic Landon for you. Am I getting tired of it? Not really. Not well. I guess maybe a little bit because because it's the because it's the same thing every night. It's the same old thing every night. I mean, nothing different. Sometimes, sometimes she'll want me to. Hold on. Oh, now I don't know if Nick's still here or not, but I remember he was talking to me about, like, and I talked to and I told him, there was a couple there was a couple workers that did get fired because one of them, well, he was talking back to the general manager. I heard. I didn't see that. I didn't see these. I just heard these. I heard one first shifter. One of the workers talked back to the manager, so he got fired for that. Okay, I'm back. What I was trying to say was he also caught a worker taking a nap during work time, so they got fired for that too. Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine of my I guess, or maybe heard it through the grapevine of my coworkers. Guess we could say that. Don't mind me. I was just rotten food and I'm just cutting it up. Yeah, I mean, gotta eat since I really can't get anything. Or the thing is, they said you could still get food on your 10-minute break and everything. But I mean, I think if you did that and everything, you'd have to eat awful fast. Sometimes I think it's kind of like, better what some workers do, maybe just, put some leftovers in and take it home to eat. Yeah, because I remember one person going out for their 10. I was like, you can eat all that in your 10? And she's like, well, I'm going to try to. Sometimes if I decide not to just get, any flurry or anything, any McFlurry, then I might just get some fries. But I'll tell you, I mean, it's easier to eat a McFlurry in 10 minutes than it is a medium bag of fries. Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people, did not was not impressed with me, eating on camera. Apparently, they see me eating on camera, and I guess they left because the viewership's down from 5 to 2 now. I try not to eat on screen and everything so I don't get you guys hungry, though. Okay, you're good. Okay, you're not hungry, so you're good. Okay. As long as I'm not making my viewers hungry, because apparently it just says it's only two. So it's only you and somebody else. And apparently, I guess they're the only ones that are tolerable of me watching while I eat. Now, usually for my work week, I usually work on Sundays, but the boss person cut me out of Sundays, saying that he had to make some cuts because he had too many people on closing. I figured karma worked its way last week when I got to work 2 hours when he didn't schedule me for Sunday, and got to work 4 hours for somebody on Monday. I thought that'll even it out, and then Wednesday I could only stay 3 because of high labor. So it's about even. So I guess it's about evened out again. Who knows if they'll call me on Sunday again? I don't know. Well, it just depends on, because I'm usually the maintenance person for Sunday, besides and besides me, nobody really works maintenance on Sunday. Well, I mean, we have people that do work before me, but I'm talking about on the night shift. No one would work night shift on Sunday besides me. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I'm scraping the last of my food on my plate. Yeah, the kitchen manager that usually has me just, that's in charge of my sweeping and mopping in the kitchen. Well, I mean, yeah, that's really what she wants me to concentrate on, because she says, if I'm scheduled at 9 to 1, then she'd want me to get done before. Well, she said like how she had me start almost right away last night, and I finished, and she's like, you finished all the lobby before midnight. She's like, that's what you got to do every night. Oh, yeah, I think it was just some chili. Yeah, very, very much better. Better to clean your face than have something on your face when you're eating. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, because I remember one time when I was probably one time when I was younger. I I remember I was eating something. I think I was eating like a I think I was eating like a burger or something, and then like just like one blob of ketchup just like splattered like right in the middle of my shirt. So I said like so of course it had to get washed and everything, but it's almost. But I mean, if someone was just coming in, you could uh you could just like be like you could look at that big block of ketchup and be like, who shot him? Looks like someone shot him. Yeah, that's where it would come from. Oh, are you now they said that I think they said there's now for both of your neighboring states, well, I don't know about Tennessee, but the neighboring state, I think both Missouri and Kentucky are both trying to like end this daylight savings time by next year or something. Because I mean, they said this because they keep reminding us that this is the weekend we spring forward and lose an hour. Now that was a problem last year because that one night we only got to work 7 hours because of the time change. But yeah, that is Sunday. And I said it does not really matter now because I mean, even if they closed on Sunday, that they would or 2 o'clock Sunday morning. Sometimes I think by then they'd be. I think by the time change, everybody would be out of the store and it'd be closed and everything. So we don't have to worry about our hours being affected. Some people don't. I don't think a lot of people like that we're closing. Early, but I mean, this is the choice of the manager and everything. He wanted to get rid of all the overnights they said the main reason was because they were losing more money on third shift than making it. But personally, I think it's okay. I think I sort of like it better this way because you can still get home in the middle of the night when it's still dark, and you can still get to bed at a reasonable time. Just depends on how your body takes it and what time it is operated to go to sleep. I said I think Saturday night, Sunday morning is going to mess a whole lot of people up for losing an hour. All right, there. Yeah, you could hear the you could hear him playing it in the hallway on the computer. So had to mute myself so you wouldn't hear an echo. Oh, and there's music going right now. So little tiny music, but YouTube will get you on copyrights and everything. So, or as you say in your case, YouTube would spank you. Yes. Well, it's just yeah, you gotta be careful. I mean, they're tricky sometimes. These rules on YouTube are tricky sometimes. Here, yeah. What did How did let me just ask, for since you're the practically the well, it says two, but practically you're the only one here. Um, so I guess, or at least the only one talking. So I've got to ask you and everything. What more have you? How have you enjoyed it more? Have you enjoyed the card game more, or have you enjoyed the playing on his PlayStation 4 more, the game, or have you enjoyed just both of them in general? Like, which one do you like the best, or do you like them both equal? Card, yeah. That's what I think. I think the card could, hold off a little bit, make the stream go a little bit longer, and that would help and everything. And besides, it wouldn't give you like a 30-second time limit like the game does to answer. All right. Whoa. Hold on. All right. All right. I just had to plan it, but All right. Okay, it's just he was playing music, so I had to be very careful about that. I know that YouTube will get you if you tend to try to play music on here. I said, he's like, it's not even an original artist song. I was like, doesn't matter if it's an original artist song. Even if you're singing, YouTube will still try to get you for it. Yeah, I had to talk to him about it. And I was like, if you play my stream, it will sound like an echo right next to the door. And if you play music, then YouTube could give me a strike for it. It's like I don't want either one of those. It's like I take the echo over the strike and everything, but I really don't want either one of those. Anytime he does that too, I have to mute the stream so there's not an echo sounding at the end. But he's working on something now, so I think that's okay now. You don't have to mute it for a while. Yeah, but he's left his phone on echo, so but hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah, you can. I mean, can you hear? It's like right next to my door in my room, so you can probably hear the echo, can't you? Hold on. Hold on. Iris.
Iron?
Iris. Iris.
Oh, Iris?
Yes.
We got another Amber Alert?
Yes, this is an Amber Alert. I thought I would mute the whole thing, but Landon's like unmute it and everything. Just let them hear it too.
Germans in the 1920s and 1930s blamed the Weimar Republic for their economic and their policies.
I get. Were you able to? I was guessing you were able to probably hear that too.
they're closing that door. Okay.
Oh, okay. They were just saying that. They were just yeah. They were just saying that there's like there was an. Well, anytime my weather radio goes off, it goes off for warnings or watches or alerts, advisories, and they were my radio was going off saying there was an Amber Alert of there's a 7-year old girl named Iris, who's gone missing. She was last seen on March 1st, and could be in the. I think they said she's believed to be in the company of her non-custodial father, and but and she was missing from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So if you have it, so they said if you have uh, any information to contact the Rutherford, that's the county Murfreesboro, and the Rutherford County Police Department.
It's crazy how you caught me on the dance floor. Just murder on the dance floor.
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, I was gonna mute it and everything, and Lana was like, "Don't mute it, just play it anyway." Now, if I could like actually, now if I could
Murder on
actually,
the dance
play it
floor.
again or something,
Bentley Mac nuts.
then I'd play it again because I know some people have posted Amber Alerts, and you know some from the radio and everything. I think I remember one person doing it from the radio, and it was and they started. Was it from the radio? Yeah, yeah, from their weather radio. And then I remember at the end of the video, the people were like, or the person that was uploading is like, if you have any information, please call. They're considered to be in dangerous company or something like that, or they could be in dangerous company or something like that. It was a long time ago. I said, but I mean, Amber Alerts are, I mean, so all we can just say is they hope they find the child, safe and alive.
Oh no, Brando. Oh no.
I think anytime an Amber Alert is, usually taken, you know, the person who kidnaps the child and everything, it's always believed to be the not. It's like always a majority of the time either the non-custodial mother or the non-custodial father.
Japan faces a new. Oh, Asnar. Japan withdraws from the League of Nations.
So the funny thing is, I mean, I guess the weather radios have a different time of going off because when the Amber Alert went off my radio, I could hear it going on another radio. I don't know if that was Landon's radio next door or not. But with Landon liking weather a whole lot and everything, he is a weather fanatic person.
Oh man, let go now.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, they gotta. Yeah, I hope they find her too, and but not just find her, but find her safe and alive. That's the two most things that people worry about as soon as a child's kidnapped. You don't know if they're going to be alive or safe during that time. I couldn't really hear the whole thing, but it sounded like, you know, I don't know if it sounded like they said something about California. I hope they said they're not headed to. They believe they may be headed to California. I don't know. Maybe they said California, something about California. Hopefully, that's not where they're headed toward. That'd be a long trip for them. The thing is that you never. I mean, the sad thing is, they'll tell you about an Amber Alert when a child's kidnapped and everything, but they never tell you when they're if they're found, safe. It's like you got to look that information up for yourself on that child. One of the one of the Amber Alerts, it was not where I live, but someone had posted it on YouTube. It was somewhere out in Indiana that that this woman who was their custodial mother, um, you know, it's like I think she was like, she's been on the lookout for, you know, I'm not sure what it was and everything. And she just said, and she told the children, that, that they have two options. They could let her shoot them or they can live in misery. Pick one. And unfortunately, she shot both the kids and they both died. I mean, she said death or misery, so I'm guessing both of them just chose death. Because I mean, they said either you can die where I can shoot you, or you can just live in misery for the rest of your life. Well, I mean, personally, I'm just glad that wouldn't be in that situation. But anyway, after she did that and everything, it was all over the news in her local area. She was arrested. She said she apologizes for shooting the kids, but and she doesn't know why she was thinking the way she was, but she was guilty in shooting the kids, so she did get some jail time for it. So justice was served to the angels of those two kids.
Look at the top of his head.
I think what I really need to do, yeah, yeah, I'm glad they got justice. I mean, it was like, it was all over the news in her county and everything, so I'm sure she's looked at, as a horrible monster woman who killed both her children. I mean, they were only like, I think they were probably like only, they were probably only about like maybe eight, and maybe the other one was like maybe four or five. I'm thinking, or if I looked that up. Yeah, they were her. I think she was the custodial mother of them. I'm gonna like see if I can type it and see what it'll bring me. Oh, um, here it is. It's under Indie Star. It says Amber Alert admits to killing kids and her neighbor. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but it sounds like this one. Said that she already decided she was going to kill her children, but she asked them what they wanted. Yeah, how I told you, they. She said, do you want death or misery for the rest of your life? They said she smothered her daughter first, then her son. He wanted to go with her, she said. The mother at the center of a September Amber Alert detailed the day she abducted and killed her two young children during the interview via a jail telephone with Rain reporter Brett Thomas. They said she was 29 and she had it, and she. Hey, what I was trying to. Yeah, they said it was her two children, 7-year-old Liliana Hernandez and 6-year-old Rene Pastor. So apparently the boy had the last name as the mother. And she asked them what they wanted, but they died. Well, they made a choice, but they still fought back as she smothered them. They said they died of asphyxiation, or however you say that. They were ruled homicides. She faced 2 charges of murder. In an interview, she revealed how she pushed open the door of her father's home, took the children, and started driving in the car she had stolen from her neighbor. The person she took from her neighbor was found fatally shot in a wooded area in Fort Wayne the day after she was arrested. She said she got rid of. She admitted to him shooting him once with his own gun before stealing his car, and then she got rid of the gun in a river in Michigan. Some people are just cold these days. And in the end, the interview says they were in good hands, but I don't think they were safe. My kids are in a better place. They're in heaven now. They don't have no worries no more. She said she killed her children to keep them safe. Okay. They're not really safe if they're going to die in your care. And you asked how long that was ago. I think they said that was back in. Let me look again. I think they said it was 2016 when it happened. It was either 2016 or 2015. It says that this happened in 2017, and she was sentenced. She said, let's see what it said. 2 counts of murder in early June. As part of the plea agreement, Pastor agreed to be sentenced to 65 years for each death, totaling 130 years. I'm so not ready to going back to work, but will happen in about an hour and 45 minutes, and only being cut 4 hours. It's not much fun, but hey, at least I'm making money. I mean, I'm only making like $45 if I'm working 4 hours, but hey, it's better than nothing. But that's what I mean by wanting to find another job, because I mean it's kind of like there were a couple of other people that used to work like between second and third shift, and they obviously quit because they couldn't get more hours. I mean, they put in their 2 weeks, and one of my friends told me the general manager didn't even, they would try to stop you and offer you more hours if they wanted to keep you. He didn't even try to offer them more hours. He just let them walk out. Sometimes I wonder with him cutting me if he's trying to get me to quit or something, but until I find another job, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, that's what I say and I stand by it. I don't know if the manager's secretly trying to get some people to quit or walk out the door, but the thing is, yeah, the money is money. And apparently, first time he said he cut my hours, he said he couldn't afford it. He said he couldn't afford it, and then second time he said I had too many people on closing, so I had to cut. So I had to cut you and everything. She's like and he also cut another girl too. But I mean, I was able to get some of my hours back. Um, from being from being cut last Sunday. I'm being cut this Sunday too, but I wonder. I was hoping this was maybe a 1 week thing, but no. Seems like it's gonna go on for a while now, so they might end up calling me on Sundays, even if they have no one. I still think it was kind of creepy, to I mean, first of all, he takes away. I mean, he has to deduct my 40-hour work week when I worked on overnights to 25 hours. Then he ducks it to 20 hours a week, and now with that Sunday taken away, it's only 16 hours a week. The only way it'll work is if they'll call me on Sunday and ask if I can come in. But I will never know. But I'll never know until the night of it. They might call me. I mean, like I think they called me maybe around 6:30 or 7 around that Sunday night and asked if I could come in, and I told them, yes, I can do that. I'm glad to do that and everything, when it's extra time off the clock. Except when you're off the clock, you have to have a manager. If you're off the clock and you're coming in, you have to have a manager sign you in. If you're on the clock, you can just sign yourself in. If you're off the clock, though, and trying to clock in, can't do it without the help of a manager. Yeah, but I think that's why I think that's a lot of people are saying that that's what they're thinking. Like I think one of the ones that just became a, I don't know if he's really thinking of it or what, but because I mean he just became like another kitchen manager who's on like in charge tonight, and I think he told me that he was probably thinking of quitting too, because well, just because of the hours and everything. I mean, he mentioned to me that he's thinking of going, somewhere else that'll probably pay like $15 an hour or so. I'm like 15 hours. Tell me where that is. Sign me up. I'll take $15 an hour. Well, hey Paul, just here for a bit. Well, we really only chit chat for tonight because we didn't have really any players in here. We didn't. We were wondering where was everybody. We were wondering where you were, where Tammy was, where Spirit Stalker was, where everybody was, and wondered where Reaper was too. I know Reaper works sometimes, and Tammy may be asleep, so I'm not sure. Hey, Star Trekker, how are you doing? Oh, your birthday's Monday. Well, happy early birthday, Star. You're a bit tired tonight? You gotta go back to work? Well, I've got to go back to work myself in about a hour and a half. I like going back to work, but I mean the same thing every night. It just kind of gets boring, and it makes you sort of like not very excited to go anymore after they cut your hours so many times because they had to get rid of overnights. Well, yeah, I do. I guess you could say I do cleaning overnight. What I really do is for cleaning, I sweep and let's see what I sweep. I sweep the lobby, and then I sweep the bathrooms too. And then after I'm done cleaning the bathrooms, after sweeping them up, then I mop the lobby and the bathrooms. I mean, it may have seemed like it was hard at first, but I mean, it's not so bad. Well, no, they put no, well, I mean, if you think the day's gone, Paul, well, I mean, look at it this way. They're putting me in at 9 o'clock, and I think they're scheduling somebody else from 9 to 1. Some people, some of the people they've cut, they won't go in till 10 o'clock, and they'll just be working 10 to 1. I remember one of my friends said that they were working 7 to 10 one night, and I thought you thought my 4 hours was bad. Wow, you're only getting 3 hours tonight. Oh, so you like cook some food for the students. It's like a dining hall. Yeah, the most nights that's inconvenient to clean. would probably be tonight, Friday, and then Saturday, because I mean that's going to be it's going to be one of the most crowded nights that some people come to McDonald's and actually come in the dining. If I'm ever sweeping or mopping, well, sweeping's not a problem, but if I'm mopping, I have to put a wet floor sign, because if they don't because if we don't put a wet floor sign and somebody falls, then they could sue us for that. So every time you mop, and even if it's close to where they're standing, you got to put a wet floor sign there. Oh, you're a chef, so you actually think of the foods to cook. Then I don't know. He's talking to somebody right now, so I'm not sure if he's got it on the. I would know if he had it on in the background, because I would hear my voice echo in the background, but I don't hear that. But I don't hear my voice echoing in the background. So he's probably not talking to somebody else. 25, oh, 25 years in food service. I was trying to say that even at McDonald's, I don't even make food. I'm just a maintenance man. Oh, you're not old. Still, still got some good years left in you. But I mean, ever since but look, I mean, I'm thinking, not even less than a month ago, I will say last month ago I turned 38, and I thought to myself, wow, I'm getting close to 40. I'm getting old. Yeah, I remember one place we did eat that was it on my birthday, or was it close? No, I don't think it was. I think it was probably. No, it wasn't. I remember that. I think it was when I was 36, so this was probably be 2022. I remember telling one of the waitresses, I'm like, I said, yeah, another birthday, but I'm feeling old. I mean, now I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. And then the one I was talking to, she's like, well, I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, a lot of people I think I look younger than, and they're surprised when I tell them actually how old I am. Now I was told that I now I remember one of my friends, at work, they were looking at they looked at me and they were like, "How old are you?" And I told them, and this was last year, and I told them I was 37, and they're like, "Really? 37?" They're like they're like, "You still look like you were 21 to me. You got it's like you still got your baby face." Told them I appreciate the compliment, but I probably don't look 21. I'm sure I'm sure I looked. In fact, someone told me that when I was 30 years old, when I told them I was 30, they were saying I was guessing 25. So at least I look at, yeah, well, technically I am around 30. I mean, I'm 38 years old. Hey Warren, how are you doing? Really, that probably. Well, I'm sure those. I'm sure you were flattered. I'm sure you were flattered when you got asked to be carded. I think in some places, like some gas stations, even if you it, that even if you get carded to buy something, and they'll have to like, I think some of them they have to see your identification, like it's a requirement. Oh, well, like I said, I mean, not only do I feel old at 38, but I also feel like, there's sometimes when I feel like, I'm older. I mean, I'm at the age my dad, I'm at, uh, how old was it? Yeah, I was at my dad's age. Yeah, I'm the age my dad was when I was 4 years old. So I just kind of look back at that, thinking like, he was saying, well, when I had kind of like thinking like, I remember when he got older, and I told him, back when he was, in his 30s, he's like, when I was in my 30s, he says I probably felt better than I do now. Right. Star Trekker, whatever happened to that one girl that you and me went to a lot? I can't remember her name. All I can remember is she had a son that was like 4 years old. So he's so that 4 year old then is probably about 8 or 10 now. Oh, Green Shell. Oh, she's a private nurse now. Okay, okay, yeah. I couldn't think of her. I couldn't think of her name for a sec. Green Shell, that's her name. I'm gonna go finish this. Then I'm taking a coma for the night. Have a great night. All right, you have a great night, Paul. I'll still stay on here and chat for a few more minutes because well, it's rude to leave. I think. Oh, she's not on you. Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing her a whole lot on YouTube, and then and then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Let's see. I think this was about 2019. So, and that's 5 years later. So her son's about 9 years old now. 9, 10 years old, maybe. Because I remember she said she had a child herself too. Oh, 2018. Well, I don't hear any echoes, Landon. That's Landon using my mom's his grandmother's name. Anyway, we were just saying you didn't, Landon. Oh, 8 this October. Okay. Why was I thinking 9 or 10? So he's a teeny bit younger than my oldest nephew. I'm sorry, I meant my youngest nephew. My oldest nephew is in his 20s. met my youngest nephew, who's only 11, just a little bit older than Stephen. Oh, she's got a daughter that will be 18 in November. Oh, wow. So she has a, so she's got a grown up, well, almost a grown up teenager, and then she's still got her little one. I bet, I bet she's, if she's got a baby that's going to be 18 in November, I'm thinking she's probably thinking, my baby will be 18 in November. She's not a baby anymore, but she'll always be my little baby. Because I felt that way about Landon when he turned 13. I said, he's 13. He's not a baby anymore, but he'll always be my baby. Oh, she just turned 38. So that means she and me are the same age then. Her birthday's not very far off of mine. I was born in February of 86 and she was born March of 86. But but I will say one but I'll say one I didn't know. I thought I thought she was probably younger than me. But then again, Star, I didn't think you were in your 40s either. It's like you really don't I was like you don't look it. Thought you looked around your 30s or so. Like around your early 30s, I thought. So I guess you can say I was just about 10 to 15 years off. Oh, she hasn't held him since he was 2 years old. Bless her heart, that's got to be hard for her not seeing her son in 6 years. Because if he's gonna be 8 in October, then yeah, then that means she hasn't held him since he was about 1.5 or 2. Bless her heart, I bet that's hard on her. I couldn't I couldn't imagine not seeing my child for 6 years. Yeah, just check it. I'm just checking the time, folks. So sad he thinks every time he's. Oh, oh, wow. Now that is sad. I mean, he's probably hoping that his mom is on that plane, and then he doesn't see her, then he'll get all upset. I mean, that's got to be hard. But I mean, on a little kid, that's got to be especially hard for him. I mean that. I mean that's his mom. He's hoping to see. I'm sure he misses her so much, and I know Greenshell probably misses her son a whole lot too. I'll probably sit and talk with you guys about 5 more minutes, and then after 5 minutes, I'll probably need to start getting ready. Hey, Star Trekker, if you don't mind me asking, are you still in a sort of like an off and on relationship to Green Shell? Like, weren't you two together at one point? She's a nanny to a baby boy there now. Oh, oh yes, yeah. You were a long distance relationship. Yeah, I've tried that and everything, but it's never really worked out for me. Now, if the family's from Virginia, you know, you can only hope that they'll bring her there. Well, and her baby boy too to reunite us with as well. Well, I'm sure she's an excellent nanny to the baby boy she's a nanny to. Oh, so she's got a lot of, yeah. The family is military. So the family is apparently, where Green Shell's at in Qatar. About 2 minutes here, because at that time it'll be 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I think at that point that'll be good. So still got about a little over 90 seconds. Well, more than 90 seconds left. Well, Star Trekker, next time you talk to Green Shell, Tell her I said hello. See if she remembers me. Because I wonder if she still remembers a lot of her YouTube fans. It was fun to go to her live stream every day and talk to her, though. Oh, she remembers? Oh, okay, that's cool. I was wondering if she'd remember me. Yeah, but but yeah, I found it hard to believe that But yeah, you said I told you that I was 38. I said it's hard to imagine that Green Shell's the same age as me, and well, it's hard to imagine you're 44. That you two were probably a little bit younger than me. But nope. So she sent her wood back to Philippines. Oh, you mean her word, or do you mean wood? Remember? Oh no, no, because I thought you meant word or wood, and I was like I don't. Since I had asked that, no, I don't remember. What about that? What was it about that piece of wood? Oh, I'll have to look back on one of her videos and take a look at the wood she carried around, and then I'll get a better picture of it. Be like, be like, she might have carried some wood around, but I mean, I can vividly think. But if I go back to if she still has her channel, if Green Shell still has her channel, I'll have to. Oh, she deleted all her videos. Oh, because I was gonna say that if Green Shell still had her videos up, I would go and check them. But if she's deleted all of them, well, at least I can remember what I think, what I can imagine of her wood. I think I can vividly imagine. Oh, you're back, Nick? Well, welcome back, Nick. But unfortunately, you came back when it was time for me to get off and go to work. Need to, need to go ahead and get ready for work. But come back tomorrow night and come back tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Um, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, and we'll see if we can. And we'll have another. We'll either have another chit chat night, or or we will try to have a game night, depending on if anybody shows up or not. Nobody really showed up for one tonight. That's why we just chit chatted instead. Yes, you take care too, Star Trekker. And Eliza Gill, Nick, you two have a good night. And, well, I don't know if I'll see you tomorrow, Eliza Gill. I know you're bring a Big Mac and shake. Well, I'll have my friends. I'll have my friends make one for you. Thanks, Nick, because sometimes work can be just a stressor, depending on how some people, aka night managers, are. But if I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you around soon. Good night, everyone. That's if you're not here tomorrow for the stream. But if you are, then I'll see you then. Good night, everyone.